Okay guys, I don't even need this holiday themed Spider-Man anymore because Christmas is canceled. So you guys might be wondering what I'm talking about today. Are we going to be talking about, the H3 versus K-pop blunder? Are we going to be talking about international politics? Are we going to be talking about, I don't know what else is going on right now, but no. We're going to be talking about something that actually matters. The fact that Disney is rebooting Home Alone. Sorry, they're calling it a reimagined Home Alone. My bad, it's not a reboot. If you guys remember Home Alone, it's the story of the kid left behind when his family goes on vacation and then people try to break into his house and he sets up a bunch of cool mousetrap, torture trap type things all through the house. Wholesome family fun. Well, Disney's trying to buy into that wholesome family fun. Now, I know that this was kind of mentioned back when obviously Disney bought Fox and Disney Plus was coming out, and they mentioned the fact that some Fox classics might end up getting the vault treatment the same way that Disney classics do, and everyone was just super pissed off. So what I'm saying is if you want your Fight Clubs, if you want your Die Hards, if you want your Home Alones, it's time to buy them. Because Disney might be trying to lock those in a nice little safe so that they can gouge you for high prices down the road. Now, my favorite thing about all of this is that the main feature that Disney Plus has going for it is nostalgia. The ability for them to hand you parts of your childhood so that you can be like, oh, I remember watching all this, while also simultaneously having some of that stuff ruined a little bit. I'm actually working on an entire video right now involving the fact that Corey Matthews kind of becomes a dick in Boy Meets World. I loved that show. I still stand by it being a great show, but oh my God. But anyways, totally unrelated. They basically make the service so that they can feed you your nostalgia. It doesn't matter how old you are, and if you're even old enough to really have nostalgia at this point, if you were watching a show 3 years ago, it's probably also available on Disney Plus. But they got the classic movies, the classic television shows, and then all the new adorable stuff like the Baby Yoda show that's called The Mandalorian. I reject your hypothesis.
Well, I just reject your hypotheses.
But anyways, the point of all that is that I just find it very interesting that Disney gave all of us our childhoods back just so they could burn it in front of our very eyes. And that, again, brings us right back around to the fact that they are rebooting Home Alone. The classic Christmas movies. There's two that are classics. The third one's kind of a stinker, but it's not so bad when you're young. And then there's the fourth one that's basically a Lifetime show. I caught half of it at my parents' place last Christmas and was floored at how bad it was. But now they're trying to bring it back. But I remember a couple days ago, somebody posted what the casting call was, what they were looking for in the main actor and what the basic premise of the story is. So it actually looks like the main character is going to steal from a couple who then obviously try to track him down. But when they described the main character, they were basically describing Kevin McAllister. I think that's just a thing. If you're making a Home Alone movie, you got to try to have that this is a mischievous little boy who's smarter than his age, but still does dumb things to get caught because he's still a kid, but ultimately has a heart of gold. And that was essentially what it was. All right, so here's the exact explanation. Max, lead, male, 9. Wait, wasn't Max the name of the kid in the third one? Or was it Alex? No, Alex, the kid starred as Alex. Okay, it was Alex. I don't know why I thought the kid's name was Max. Probably because it's just one of those stereotypical cool names. Either way, okay, so this kid, Max, 9 years old, energetic, witty, a mischievous sense and feels wise beyond his years. He has the personality that could easily converse with an adult, but an uncanny ability to push your buttons. But he's not without his moments of displaying innocence and kind heart. For one, that's literally Kevin McAllister. I know that they're not doing, it's not a remake, it's a reboot, but Jesus. Now, the thing about movies like this is that they're a reason why they're Christmas classics, and Christmas classics tend to exist in a world where they don't need to be remade. I know it happens every now and again. I know there was a remake of Miracle on 34th Street, and I'm sure, obviously, they've done the Grinch in a few different ways, but for the most part, people aren't remaking It's a Wonderful Life. Nobody's remaking A Christmas Story. As far as I know, no one's trying to remake The Santa Claus. They just did a bunch of really bad sequels. And in terms of bad sequels, that was the world that Home Alone existed in. It doesn't need a reboot, and it should have just stayed the first two. I'll even give you the third because it wasn't completely atrocious. Maybe it was, and my childhood brain is just making me think it wasn't that bad, but you could at least stop there. There's no reason to try to reboot something that you can still sell every single year, that people will still watch on television every single year without fail, that you could play in theaters again and people would still go see it. There's just no reason for that. And the reason why I'm talking about it today specifically is that this morning we got some of the casting. So the first thing I noticed that Disney did was ruin my opinion on somebody that I literally did not think could ever be ruined. If you've watched my Jojo Rabbit video, you might remember this moment where I said, I love this boy. I would die for this boy. And I still stand by that. I saw Jojo Rabbit for a third time yesterday, and I will still die for Yorkie. And I didn't think there was anything that could happen that would make me feel ill will towards Yorkie or the kid who plays him. And then they cast him as Max in the new Home Alone movie. And I'm like, damn, Disney actually managed to do it. Giving me my childhood and ruining it in one swipe. And then as most of you do know or should know, I love The Office. I know it's such a quirky, unique personality trait to love The Office, but I really do. I absolutely love it. I've seen The Office so many times that like Scott's Tots doesn't even make me flinch anymore. But they went ahead and they cast Ellie Kemper, ruining my personal emotions towards Aaron as a character. And then Rob Delaney, who has also been in some great things, but I don't feel as bad about. So based on the description I saw of the movie, I'm pretty sure Ellie Kemper and Rob Delaney are going to be playing like the people that he steals from. I could be wrong, but that's kind of the impression that I'm getting. This is a really good, or at least from what I can see, a good cast of actors for a movie that so many people are not happy about. Now, could it be good? Yes, there's a very good chance that this could be a great, very entertaining, fun movie. I remember when I first found out they were going to make another Jumanji, I was horrified and shocked. And then I watched the trailer and at first I was mad, but then like the more I thought about it, I was like, this might not be horrible. And then it wasn't. I actually really liked Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
I'm an overweight middle-aged man.
Thoughts reserved for the one that comes after this. Maybe they're milking it a little bit, but the first one was way better than it had any business being. Maybe we'll end up in a situation like that, but it just seems shady when it's like the first thing or one of the first things Disney does when they buy Fox is not help support and push some of the great movies that, 20th Century Fox Searchlight was putting out this year, like Jojo Rabbit, but immediately just putting their mouse claws in the things we already all love and don't need or ever want another version of. Because that's their specific thing, is that they're making a Home Alone for the modern age or for the next generation. I'm sorry, the beauty of Home Alone is that Home Alone is the Home Alone for this generation and the next generation. Am I sounding like a boomer yet? Oh God. But yeah, more what I'm trying to say is that I know you guys have the resources, the creative directors, and like the creativity to make new things that people will love. And I get it. It's always easier just to default back to certain franchises and build up big things around that. Like, I'm not going to say that I haven't been to all these Marvel movies like first night, but I also spend a lot of time and resources and money watching like original films as well. Like, I spend a lot of money on film festivals. I buy a lot of movies. I just consume a lot of content in general. I'm not saying that it's bad to make franchise-based movies or sequels on things that can earn them, but I do think it's kind of shady just to grab somebody's back catalog and be like, oh, we're going to reboot Home Alone, we're going to remake Princess Bride. I hope that doesn't actually happen. There are whispers about that too. That just shouldn't be touched. But in addition to Home Alone, other movies that apparently Bob Iger has already confirmed are Night at the Museum, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which wasn't there just one like not that long ago, and Cheaper by the Dozen, which I guess is a classic. I guess, yeah, it's been a while since Cheaper by the Dozen, but like, why? Why do they need to be reimagined for a new generation? I guess if I had to pick, Diary of a Wimpy Kid got mixed reviews. Cheaper by the Dozen is at least kind of old enough now that they could probably do something with it. But like, I remember when I worked at a store that sold DVDs, we sold so many copies of Home Alone every year. It didn't matter how many times people already seemed to have bought it, you can sell Home Alone. Like, really, the only upside here is that they do seem to have such a good cast and people involved in making this movie that there's like a slight chance that it might be okay. It's just like the process behind it that's concerning to me. I'm also just really hoping they don't like Disneyfy it. Like, I really hope they let it be what it's supposed to be and don't try to make it like more family friendly and fun and keep things light. Like, the original couple Home Alones have some brutal moments in them and it's hilarious. So if they don't stay true to that, that's gonna be a problem for me. But yeah, I love this kid. I know I was saying that like Disney ruined it, but I love this kid. He's hilarious. He's great. I'm super excited to see him in more things. It's kind of disappointing that this is even happening, but that at least gives me some kind of faith that it could be enjoyable. Doesn't change the fact that I'm a little bit upset with Disney. So basically what I'm saying is it is possible just to be super upset with the entire concept of something happening while also just being somewhat open to the possibility that it won't suck and trying to remain slightly uplifted. Because if it's already happening, I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. It at least looks like they're trying to do right by it by doing a good job with the casting. Again, the story behind it seems odd, but apparently that remains to be seen. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section down below. Are you mad that they're doing this? Are you indifferent? Does it just kind of make sense to you based on the fact that like Disney bought out this entire library? Like, I'm not saying I don't understand why they're doing it. I'm just disappointed. So yeah, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're new and you're into that kind of stuff. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I hope you all had a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all later. I'm just joking. Christmas is not ruined, and he's fine. He's fine.